special. Yeah, Shannon's been telling you the way it works behind the scenes at HSN. Our wonderful buyers and planners are really trying to pull out some special offers for the end of the day and the holiday weekend. Here's what we're going to do. For the first 2,000 or so people that dial in, we are going to offer our best-selling Embassy shredder. I don't mean a normal shredder. I don't mean a strip shredder or a cross-cut shredder. I mean a micro-cut shredder. The ones that are in excess of $100 or so in the red store or the blue store. We're doing a micro-cut shredder at the lowest price we have ever done on any day of the week, on any event of the year, $74.95, and we'll pay the shipping and handling, and you've got flex pay if you don't have a shredder at home. And right now, all you're doing is taking that important information and screwing it up. You already know the dangers, and you already know how fast the trash gets full. This is the ultimate in-home, at-home shredder that looks good because you get to choose the colors. It's quiet, it's powerful, it can deal with the staples. Already over 400 people in the ordering process. Let's get started. The lovely Lori Leland is here. And Lori, my darling,
Hi.
You and I, we were shocked at this price.
So timely, the lowest price we've ever offered on a micro-cut shredder ever. This is a crazy value. For any of you out there, this is a brand new year. If you want to refresh, if you want to shred those old files, there has never been a better time than right now. This is actually Embassy, so 1 in every 4 shredders in the entire country is an Embassy branded shredder. There's a reason for that. They do shredders so well, so powerfully. Adam and I were talking before the show. There are a lot of different choices out there when it comes to shredder technologies, but they can be very expensive.
Yes.
Heck, you could pay tens of thousands of dollars for an industrial shredder, and it's going to shred like crazy. But for our homes, we want something that's really, really affordable and yet extremely powerful. This is an 8-sheet shredder, so 8 sheets can go in here at a time. I can grab a huge stack, put them all in here all at the same time, and this is shredding and pulverizing everything down to dust. So we're going to go through that evolution and talk to you a little bit about how shredding technologies have changed over the years. But here's a sneak peek. If you have one of these at home, if you have the strip shredder with these long shreds, that's only about 31 pieces per page. This, like a puzzle, can be put back together.
Right.
So the bad guys that dumpster dive to get at your personal private information, they can put it right back together. So anything with your name, your address, your home phone number, your social security number, any of that information together, all needs to be shredded.
Lori, let's make this fair, because this isn't a normal presentation. It's priced to sell for the holiday weekend, and we are only doing it for the next 1,700 customers right now. In fact, our producer right now is the lovely Luciano, I believe. Alison's gone. Luciano is there. Luciano, will you show everybody the quantity left? We're going to count on down. We'll put 10 minutes on the clock, and that's your chance to be able to get it. In the black, I have 300 left. There's white, there's blue, there's red, and there's the purple as well. So important that you say it, though, because honestly, Lori, most of us when we think
credit cards in. Look at that.
You're showing off now.
2 credit cards. Now I'm just rubbing it in. And how good this is.
But most shredders, it's hard to know the difference, but most of them are like that down there.
Exactly. So let's talk about that, because they have come a long way, baby. The strip shredders, maybe you watched that Academy Award-winning movie where the bad guys were piecing together the pictures of the people they were looking for on those long shreds. It can be done. It takes a little time. But when we talk about the bad guys, that is their full-time job. So they're very diligent. We must also be extremely diligent. Instead of shredding in these long pieces, easy puzzle pieces, as I like to say, we kind of went a step further. So we went to cross-cutting technologies. Now, this was quite a bit better. I want to show you a little strip here. This is quite a bit smaller than the strip shred, and I can actually still see a few letters here. Right. But it's long enough, and let me just reference this little page right here. It's long enough that your tax identification number, your social security information, your billing information, your credit card information can all be pieced back together again. Look at that. It wasn't that hard to do, but now we have definitely evolved, because look at this. This is Microcut Technology. So when I tell you these pieces are individually 2 millimeters, 2 millimeters.
It's confetti.
It is confetti. And I sneezed or I laughed and it kind of went all over the paper. But let me just show you. Let me find a letter here if I can, because it's so incredibly difficult to read. Nearly 60.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Look, there's the letter C. That's all you can see on this shred of paper. Nearly 6,100 shreds in a single page of paper. No one could put that back together. I don't care how good you are at puzzles.
And folks, just to clarify, there's one real important thing I need you to know. Nobody is saying that you can't buy a shredder for $74. They're everywhere. You can buy shredders right now in your local store for $74. The difference is you can't find microcut shredding.
That's exactly
This is the most advanced technology. The last time I was in the Blue store, I went to the aisle where the shredders were, just for my own peace of mind.
Sure.
$139, $149, $159. We're at half the prices that I saw. I have close to 800 people in the ordering process. 150, sorry, oh my gosh, only 75 left in the black. We have some white, there's blue, there's red, and there's purple. As a further bonus, with this lowest price ever,
this is good.
We're going to give you valuable software called DocLock, which means it's going to protect the documents on your computer.
Absolutely.
Free.
So we're going to help you lock down your identity when it comes to shredding all of the paper documents in your life. We're also going to help you lock down your identity when it comes to digitally on your computer by password protecting any of the files and folders that you don't want anyone to see. So if you want to gift this to a college student in your life because they're on a shared computer very often, or if you have sensitive documentation you don't want anyone to be able to get into, you're going to be able to lock it down with DocLock. It's like a $50 value, and we're adding it to the bundle for you today. I don't know if you heard me stapling. I don't know if you can see all these staples on the page. I stapled this page like 10 times. Look at this. I put it in crooked. It's in wonky. It's going in. It's like 5 different pages all stapled together. It goes through like butter. This is solid steel blade technology. And when we talk about attractive looking shredders, this is one of the best looking ones I've ever seen. And here's what I think is really important about it. It's a nice, slim, small size. This is going to be easy for you to dump out. It automatically turns off, so that's a great safety feature when you lift off the top. But look at how lightweight this 3-gallon bin is. You're going to be able to just dump this out so easily. This weighs nothing. It's so simple. And the great thing, and one thing I always advise, is that you have a shredder right where you bring in the mail.
Yes.
This is going to be that one that looks good. It doesn't take up a ton of space. It's not terrible to look at. That junk mail that you get, because this is an 8-sheet shredder, it can go straight in. You don't even have to open it up.
Brilliant.
Look at how smart this is. So think about all the things you get in the mail, all of the credit card offers that you're not going to take advantage of because, thank you very much, I have enough credit cards. Yeah. What about the bad guys and the ways that they get at your personal and private information? They grab those convenience checks. Because, you know, everybody wants you to use convenience checks for the credit cards. It's convenient for the bad guys. They can just change the address to their address and start using your identity. If you have your identity stolen, I hate to think about it. So many of you have been through it. So many of my friends have been through it. I'm always terrified it's going to happen to me. It is a nightmare to straighten out. It can take years and years and years to get fixed. Lawyers have to get involved. It's a huge mess. When you can make one simple step by picking up the Embassy Shredder tonight to help protect yourself and sleep better at night, don't you think it's a great purchase, and especially for this price?
Black
Amazing
has just sold
value.
out. Black's completely gone. No more calls on the black. There is white, blue, red, or purple. If you were ever going to buy a shredder, again, you know, we've done a lot of shredders on HSN over the past couple of months because, you know, as we get into 2014, a lot of us say, now's the time I'm going to do it. Right. If I don't have a shredder, I need to get one. If I have a shredder that seems to whine and moan and groan when you put staples through it, or it doesn't do credit cards, this is your chance to upgrade. It is the lowest price by far. And remember, I know I sound like a broken record with this. I didn't realize it at first. I knew we had a good offer on Microcut, but look, one last time. In front of us, most shredders that you find out there that are $74 are doing this or this. Yeah, they are going to be the cross-cutting, which is kind of like yesteryear's technology. That's what it is. The evolution has gone further because what people realize is that these pieces can be put back together. Right. The consumers out there really had an uproar. The manufacturers responded, and they said, we're going to come up with something that is virtually impossible to piece back together, and that's where this microcutting comes in. This is, as you said, Adam, it's confetti. Yeah. Look at all of this. So let me run you through how many sheets or how many pieces per page. So if you're using a strip shredder on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, about 30 pieces. That's an easy, easy puzzle. If you've stepped up and you've gotten the cross-cutting, this is pretty good. It's a little bit better. It's a couple hundred. Right, sure. But look at this, 6,100, almost a little over 6,000 pieces in a single 8.5 by 11-inch sheet. It's amazing. Virtually impossible for anyone to ever put together. I have nearly 1,000 people in the ordering process, which leaves about 300 left if you dial right now. This offer won't be repeated. We normally have it on the air at $99.95 because this is the, you know, the at-home version that Embassy have done for us with the amazing colors. And don't forget that software that you can load onto your computer called DocLock that will protect the documents on your PC. So it's an extra bonus at no extra charge whatsoever. If you were ever going to buy one, you do it in the next 3 minutes. Our producer Luciano telling me that we will be calling this sold out just after the clock has hit 0. So it's a race to the phone lines at this stage. Laurie, once you have a shredder like this,
right,
you've got it. You're done. There's nothing else to upgrade to. You've bought the best.
You have the best. You have Embassy. They create 1 in every 4 shredders in the entire country, so you know you're getting something that's incredibly well made. It is going to shred and pulverize everything that you put through it. So those staples go through like butter. You don't have to even worry about it. Let me show you that credit card. So we shredded a credit card right before the show. Even your credit card is broken down into pieces the exact same size as the paper, if you can imagine. Those plastic credit cards, we've all been there with a pair of scissors where you're trying to cut it and you're lucky to get it into 4 pieces because it's so difficult to maneuver. These solid steel teeth bite through that plastic, and now this would be impossible to piece back together as well. So you are protecting your identity. Please don't let this be one of those purchases where in a month or 2 you have a problem and you think, oh my gosh, I should have picked up on the Embassy shredder. It's such an easy buy. And we do recommend, you know, I've been selling shredders for years, but I do recommend you have maybe a couple shredders in your life, maybe 1 in your home office. But even if you don't have that second shredder, have 1 shredder where you bring in your mail, because that is the most important thing. That tax information that comes at tax time. You don't even have to open those offers, those credit card offers, or those cash advance checks if you don't want to. You can tell I've got multiple pieces of mail in here. If you can feel it, you can tell. It doesn't have a lot of pages in there. This is going to be able to handle 8 pages for you. You can stick the whole piece of mail in there without even wasting your time to go through it, because you know it's something you're not interested in. You know it's something you don't want, but don't let the bad guys have an opportunity to steal your identity. That is what this is all about. And hindsight is always 20/20. I just don't want you to come back later and go, oh, I should have bought a shredder.
But Laurie, also just the convenience, because you know most of us,
so easy, when stuff so quick.
Well, all the stuff that, I mean, every day the mailman brings so many unwanted things.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, we kind of, we tear it up once, or maybe we screw it up, and you end up taking the trash out so quickly because the trash can gets full. You saw the way this, I use the word pulverize because it's the only word I can think of.
It's so true.
It takes it down to virtually nothing. And that's why, please understand, if there's one message I can get across, even if you don't buy this right now, please understand, there are different shredders. There are strip shredders, there are cross-cut shredders, and they're everywhere. In your red store and blue store, they're everywhere. Then there's Microcut, the most expensive technology in shredding today. That's what this is at only $74 and change. With everyone on the phone line, only about 300 or 400 now before complete sellout. Remember, white, blue, red, or purple. It's nice to have the colors.
It is nice. You can match it to your decor. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. I think a lot of us want to have a shredder where you bring in the mail, but it doesn't look good. So you don't want to have it sitting out. And then if it's not sitting right there, you don't use it. Right. This you'll use. And I just want to show you the easy controls right here on the top. I leave mine on auto. Okay. So it's always on. That green light glows. Whenever you walk up to it, whenever the mail comes in, you pop it right in. It's ready to rock and roll. The second button you have is off. So you can just turn it off and then turn it on when you go to use it. That's very energy efficient that way. You also have the auto reverse. So if something does happen to get stuck, it happens. You just push it over to auto reverse and it backs out, getting you out of that situation. This is a 3-gallon bin. This is very easy, very, very nice and portable. Look at those solid steel teeth eating away at all of your personal and private information, protecting your identity. That's what this is all about. Safety, security, being able to sleep better at night. I mean, I know when I have all my tax information and it's time to get it all shredded because, of course, it's tax season is upon us. I hate to think about it, but I'm looking at my taxes from 7 years ago and thinking, I don't want these sitting in a file anymore. I want to get them out into the trash, but you don't want your neighbors going through any of that stuff. You don't want anybody to get at your personal private information, know how much money you make, know about your taxes, know about your medical information. And again, look at how this pulverizes. I love what Adam said. You said screwed up. When you take a piece of paper and you just wad it or screw it up, as Adam says, this is going to take up so much room. Look at how you will not have to dump this out very often. It makes so much sense for so many reasons.
Laurie Leland, we're changing the world one shredder at a time.
I love it. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you.
Stay on the phone line. We'll let you know when it's officially gone. It's not the most fun purchase you'll ever make, but it's such an important purchase. Okay, we'll see Laurie Leland tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm like your alarm clock.